Hello, this is the video where I investigate the light up Percy that doesn't work. This came as a pair in a box of dinosaurs from a local church fair. It sounds a bit unusual, doesn't it? And this was seen in the Thomas Collecting video 18. I pulled this away as a separate video because it is quite in depth and it's actually quite interesting once you start looking inside this toy. I just looked online. This toy is still available in Australia and it sells brand new for around about $30. Depending on what season you're in. So I feel it's actually worthwhile fixing up a toy like this because once it's fixed, well, there's nothing really wrong with it. Now this Percy that doesn't work, I'm actually curious to see what's inside these. I've never opened one of these up. Need some nice long screwdrivers to get to some of the screws. And just before I do open heart surgery, one last chance, Percy, see if you work or not. No, Percy's not working, so a couple of taps and it should open up for me. I hope. Oh, yeah, it's starting to split open. It's a nice look, isn't it? Come on, Percy. Come apart for me. Come to Daddy. Well, I'm getting there. I've got the back end of Percy split open, and if that makes any sense. It's just trying to get the front. I can't get it to split at the front, and I'm pretty sure I've got all the screws, unless there's something totally hidden here. Come on, Percy. Maybe I've got to bust his buffer here. No pun intended, to get him open. I'm just getting a screwdriver in here, see if I can just get this apart. Oh, okay, I have successfully split the front. Okay, let's find out what's inside this Percy. Okay, I'm actually quite pleased I've opened up the Percy here because I start to see what's going on inside, and I can actually already see a problem. There is a wire there. Oh, Percy's just lost his face. That looks like it's been broken off, so I dare say that's the problem there. But also notice with the little light that is behind Percy's face, take a look at the circuit board here. I'd say that this toy has been for a swim. To me, that circuit board looks like it's been affected by water. As you know, I'm not really into electronics, but I've got a funny feeling that wire, just looking at its length, it somehow feeds back onto the board here. Let me take a closer look to see if it looks like there's anything missing. Usually with electronics, the pickup points are on the edge of the board. Mind you, don't listen to me because that's not really my strong point. I can see everything's got a join there. But when I look here, there is a wire, there's a black wire there, but it looks like there might be something missing on that one there. I wonder if that's the one. I wonder what that's called. On, off. That's the back of the switch there. That white wire is the one which has got no home. I wonder if it relates to on and off. So I'm going to attempt to see if Percy works, but I'll also have to trigger his little switch here. If I can't get Percy to work, off to the scrapyard. Okay, let's try that. He's away. He works. Percy. Hey, you're alive. So what I've done here is, with that white wire, I've actually fed it in the correct way. I hope that's the way it was, and I'll just touch it with a soldering iron and Percy should be back on the rails. So I'm going to come with a soldering iron and hopefully just touch this. I maybe should have put some solder in that wire first, but the soldering iron's nice and hot, and it's one of these things not to get it too hot or the whole board will fall apart. It is not my field of expertise, this, but I'm going to attempt, it's getting wet there, I'm going to attempt to fix this. And this may be a separate video because I think this has now derailed this collecting video. Okay, hopefully I've got a connection there and the wire is attached. If I've got that connection right and if I pull this, hopefully Percy will start talking.
I will light the way.
There we go, just a matter of putting Percy back together, but I am going to try and spray something on that circuit board to make it, make it cleaner. In my workshop I've got some of this. It may solve a problem. There's that stuff there. It smells like a dry cleaning shop. Maybe it's Freon or something. It says hydrocarbon. I'm going to give it a bit of a toothbrush as well. I don't know why. Maybe it's going to help. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to bust it. It looks better already, doesn't it? The more the merrier. Well, it's actually looking like a brand new circuit board. That stuff will dry fairly quickly. Let's just hope Percy still works.
My funnel. It's dark in here.
It is dark in here, Percy. But you'll be back together very soon. I learned a lot looking inside this Percy here. It's a nice, simple, clean build. I'll say clean because it's not like the Dark Side toys, which are just like rat's nests inside. This toy could have gone wrong in a number of areas. It could have been the switch up here. It could have been the back of the battery terminals, which is quite often the problem area. It could have been the main switch, which can sometimes collapse. When I pull this apart, the hang-up area was here on the front buffer. There's actually like a glued component here. It might have to do with the toy's safety requirements. They need to have a glued component. But I'm pretty sure that Percy is looking much, much better now in the circuit board than he was before, and it's probably time to put him back together. Yeah, it's nice and simple the way it goes back together. The battery compartment has its own little slots and stuff. Everything seems to have a place to go, and I think Percy's face and all goes like this. And then it's got a spot here that it slots into, somewhere in there, like that. Okay. I think the next part's easier done with Percy on the side, and it's a matter of lining up this, that, and the other. Also nice sounds there. It's actually, I think...
I have an important job to do.
Yeah, so have I. I've got to get you back together. Okay, I think all I've got to do is actually come along and put the screws back in. It's actually a very, very nice and simple toy to put back together. I'm up to the point of putting Percy back together. It helps with a magnetic screwdriver there, and I was wondering just how many people would basically throw a toy like this away when it stopped working. I think sometimes it's actually worthwhile to come and fix these toys. That is if you've got the time and patience to work out how it all works. I'm really pleased that I've taken the time to fix Percy here. This is the last screw going into Percy, and I wonder who else has had one of these toys and something like this has gone wrong. Okay, that's the last screw. Don't over tighten those screws, that's a secret to those, and hopefully Percy will be up and running.
Bust my buffers.
Yes.
It's dark in here.
And he's got his partner who was working right from the start.
I'm a really useful engine.
Now, something I've just noticed of these toys, I'll just let that one go off there. This one here, which is one which worked right from the start, didn't need a repair. Listen to how loud this one is. I'll point the speaker this way.
Now I can make my deliveries in the dark.
Okay, now here's the one I've just repaired. Now listen to how loud this one is.
I'm a really useful engine.
Can you hear the difference there? I'll do this one again.
Flatten my funnel. It's dark in here.
Okay, and I'll do the one which didn't need a repair.
Trembling tracks. It's dark in here.
Now I'd say that the speaker in the one which I think's gone for a swim and been affected is also been affected by water. That's my theory on that. I'm not an expert about speakers, but this repaired Percy
Now I can make my deliveries in the dark.
is nowhere near as loud as the one which always worked.
I have an important job to do.
Sorry for separating away the Percy repair, but it would have completely derailed this Thomas collecting video.
Now I can make my deliveries in the dark.
As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.